Just this week, the president of Tanzania, John Magufuli, passed away. A lot of political opposition were starting rumors that it was COVID-19. However, the official message seems to be that he died of heart complications or heart failure, and he became world famous earlier last year when he decided to test with his coronavirus kits a goat and a pawpaw, which is a fruit. He claims they both tested positive, in which he said, "There's something happening. I said before we should not accept that every aid is meant to be good for this nation." I even did a video on him because I thought it was interesting that he got a positive test on a goat and a fruit. He seemed to be one of the only leaders in the world that was against the lockdown and critical of the World Health Organization and global health strategy. Interestingly enough, last month, Guardian posted this article, opinion, "It's time for Africa to rein in Tanzania's anti-vaxxer president," and this article even seemed to brag or have some sort of weird stamp on it that said global development is supported by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So I clicked about this content because I was wondering if it was like a sponsored article or something. I've read Guardian a bunch of times, I've never seen it on other articles, and I clicked it and it said this website is funded by support provided in part by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Of course it is. They're such nice philanthropists, buying up all the farmland, GMO mosquitoes, finding a way to reflect sunlight, investing in multiple vaccine companies, giving grants to other media besides Guardian. It might take me 5 minutes to list off all the things they're doing. So cool. Nice to know that they fund the Guardian. So back to the article, we'll read the headline again. It's time for Africa to rein in Tanzania's anti-vaxxer president. This was written on Monday, 8th February 2021. What is wrong with President John Magufuli? Many people in and outside of Tanzania are asking that question. Interesting parts from the article. In politics, there are generally two ways of making decisions. The first is evidence-based, weighing the pros and cons and choosing the best option, the greatest good for the greatest number. The other is a populist approach, hell-bent against facts, science, and logic. In a global pandemic where more than 2 million people have died, that is catastrophic. So first off, this article falsely states either you're a populist or you believe in science, as if there's no populists who believe in science at all. And they're downplaying the fact that he himself had earned a Bachelor of Science degree majoring in chemistry and mathematics. He also earned his master's and doctorate degrees in chemistry. So this guy wasn't a moron, and it's a total lie that you're either total truth and science and we own it completely, or you're a populist who doesn't believe in the science. That's a total false dichotomy. Back to the article, the Tanzanian president seems to be taking populism to a whole new level. Maybe he's under the influence of the same rabid anti-lockdown social media messaging that has persuaded some of my family and my friends that Bill Gates and number letter, I won't say it because they'll probably censor it, have created the virus. Isn't it interesting how much this article hates populism? It's no surprise. Bill Gates doesn't like nationalism and populism, and he was trying to figure out how to rein it back in a few years ago.
But in general, in that you have been a great beneficiary of globalization and you have been a great sponsor of it and a defender of it. Are you worried about it at the moment?
More than I was 5 years ago, yeah. And it's not just the U.S. I mean, the U.K. is very interesting, and the turning inward. Is it cyclical? Because you're always going to have populism come along. The elites, in some ways, will overplay their hand, and you're going to cycle. Or is it secular and it's going to stay that way? I think all of us, come to forums like this seeking insight into, okay, what will turn this around and let very tough problems like climate change be done on a global collaborative basis.
Do you worry the ability of elites at the moment to persuade people that issues like climate change?
It's gone down.
It's gone down.
It's definitely gone down. And whether you want to stop pandemics or solve climate change.
Back to this Guardian article, you really have to wonder just what is wrong with Magufuli. In his crusade as an anti-vaxxer president, he has gone from repeatedly playing down the virus and mocking World Health Organization guidance to falsely claim that Tanzania is COVID-free, and now to outrightly attacking his people for being vaccinated, fueling denialism and conspiracies. For a continent already battered by health and social issues, including hunger, malaria, displacement, unemployment, violence, and insecurity, Magufuli's unconscionable stance should compel us all to act. And then real quick, it said he won another 5-year term amid fraud allegations in 2020. That article really wanted to get rid of John Magufuli, and this month he passed away. Rest in peace, God bless you, John, and God bless all of the people of Tanzania. Now, who takes over Tanzania? It looks like it's going to be his vice president and first female president ever, Samia Suluhu Hassan, as you can see here on her World Economic Forum feature. Isn't that just fascinating? He was one of the few leaders in the world challenging the World Health Organization. One of the other ones that I saw in the press was the president of Belarus, President Alexander Lukashenko, who plays hockey and I guess told his people that hockey, vodka, and banya, which is a traditional sauna, are the best cures. He was very anti-lockdown and anti-global health. I remember early on he was like the only world leader not fear-mongering about it. Years ago I stumbled across this too. When getting criticized by Germany's gay foreign minister as Europe's last dictator, Lukashenko reportedly responded, "Better to be a dictator than gay." So it should be no surprise that last year, left and right-wing politicians from America were looking to overthrow him, saying that he won the election falsely. The Washington Post provided an op-ed to Svetlana, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, literally the opposition leader of Belarus, giving her own op-ed to say the people of Belarus are still marching against dictatorship. The US can help. The AP covered it as well, and so did Richard Grenell of the Trump administration. The US should support our European allies on Belarus in every way possible, and Belarus, we support your Kurds and fight. Grenell supporting the anti-Lukashenko attempted takeover. Would it really be planet Earth without the United States left and right-wing politicians trying to switch a leader in a country or stick their hand in foreign affairs instead of, I don't know, sticking their hand in Los Angeles or San Francisco with the homelessness problem and degeneracy of virtually our entire country? Oh yeah, the right wing's fighting communism by trying to take out one of the only leaders standing against the essentially global communist health takeover of the world. Oh yeah, I wonder why it never works out here. I'm sure that protest was organic. It's just interesting how that stuff works. I mean, as soon as America's gonna pull out of Syria, Assad chemically attacks his own people. Who would have thought? Because that makes total sense. As soon as a foreign opposition power is about to leave, what better way to get them to stay than to just attack your own people? Interesting. But I don't want to get into all that because using your brain or researching history seems to be a thought crime. Don't you dare Google Lavon affair or JFK files boatload of Cubans to see what they were going to do real or simulated to a boatload of Cubans. That could never happen. And don't even think about it. Don't talk about it. For months in this country, there have been attacks on Asian elders, almost exclusively by people who weren't white, yet mainstream media, liberals, and opportunist activists were blaming white supremacy and white nationalism for the attacks that didn't even involve white people. And then right on schedule last week, this bizarre mass shooting that just seems literally insane and should obviously be condemned on every level, happens to shift the blame exactly where they had it and wanted it to be the entire time, push for more gun laws, citing the no-wait gun law in Georgia, allowing him to buy the gun, and inspiring global philanthropists like Melinda Gates to say, the spread of COVID-19 has been followed by two horrible, hateful trends, a shadow pandemic of violence against women and a surge of violence against Asian Americans. The murders in Atlanta are heartbreaking and a call to conscience. We cannot and must not, will not stand for this. Lord only knows what she has in plan for her new philanthropy, including Asian Americans. And now that 15 days to slow the spread has lasted over a year, when I see articles about climate lockdowns, it makes you start to think, do these global health leaders ever want to let us go back to normal, or will they find every trick under the sun to keep us locked down, submissive, covering our breathing holes in cloth, and watching joy, freedom, and liberty that we just experienced back in 2019 wither away to a memory that we all secretly or unsecretly wish that we could return to? Just don't notice all the hypocrites like John Kerry, climate czar, not wearing a mask and not eating on a plane, because you could find most of these people not following their own rules. Don't think about it though, just you follow them. Let me know what you think in the comment sections. God bless you, have a beautiful day, and I'll be back with more videos. Thank you to everybody supporting on patreon.com/raretalk. That allows me to be independent, honest, and consistently bringing new content and ideas. Thank you to everybody signing up to my free email list, stayintouchwithme.com. Thank you to everyone on t.me/streamrarechat. Have a good day. I'll be back soon.
I'm way too jacked for the gulag. I don't trust y'all like I don't trust the moon, man. Is he talking MTV or La Luna? The more they show, it's looking like a true man. Get what I'm saying? Everything is zoomed in, left, right, trap. They set it up like a crew, man. I be too good at rapping not to do this. Got 600 million views without